वन्दे शम्भुमुमापतिं सुरगुरुं वन्दे जगत्कारणं वन्दे पन्नगभूषणं शशिधरं वन्दे पशूनां पतिं वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्कवह्निनयनं वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं वन्दे भक्तजन आश्रयं च वरदं वन्दे भक्तजन आश्रयं च वरदं वन्दे शिवं शङ्करं. Friends, yoga is awareness. Yoga is consciousness. Yoga is knowledge, absolute knowledge. When we say awareness, difficult to understand. When I say consciousness, still more difficult to understand. When we say absolute knowledge, complete knowledge, full knowledge, it appears to be understandable. Knowledge. He who has knowledge of physics can answer any question in physics. There is a physics textbook. It has 200 pages. From first cover to the last, he knows everything. He has the full knowledge of that physics textbook. Therefore, he is not afraid of any question in that text. He has no tension when there is an examination. He can face the examination freely, cheerfully, smilingly, without tension. Knowledge of physics removes fear of physics. Knowledge of physics makes you face physics boldly, a student. Same is the case with chemistry. When a person has the full knowledge of the wife, he is not afraid of the wife. When the lady has full knowledge of the husband, let the dog bark, she doesn't care. No fear. Knowledge drives away fear. Knowledge gives you strength. Knowledge gives you boldness to face. And knowledge gives you peacefulness. Knowledge gives you cheerfulness. Yoga is knowledge. Complete knowledge. Absolute knowledge. Total knowledge. Suppose I know the complete knowledge of life. I'm not afraid of life. When I know physics, I'm not afraid of physics. When I know the ins and outs of life, I'm not afraid of life. I'm strong to face life. I am smiling always while living. So knowledge makes you fearless, makes you strong, makes you bold, makes you peaceful, makes you buoyant, cheerful. This knowledge has 3 levels. Chief. Number 1, acquisition of knowledge. 2, assimilation of knowledge. 3, becoming knowledge. First, acquisition of knowledge. To get the knowledge, I have to take the textbook. I have to read it. I have to understand it. That is grasping the knowledge. For that in life, I have to observe, study the life, learn about life or God, anything. So first is you have to get it. You go to the shop, milk is available, you have to acquire the milk. You have to get the milk. You have to receive the knowledge. You have to receive the subject. This is the first step. To receive the subject, to learn the subject, to acquire the knowledge, I must be ready. I go to the shop with a cup which is already full. The cup is full with coffee. I go to the shop to buy milk. Milk is knowledge. When I acquire it, where do I put it? My container is full. My mind is full. When my mind is full, I cannot acquire the knowledge. So what is it that I should do as a first step? empty my cup, keep my heart ready, keep my mind ready, make my glass ready. Otherwise, where does the milk go? Vyasa Maharshi once was visited by Narada Maharshi. Vyasa was depressed. He was sorrowful. He was gloomy. He was dull. And Narada asked, what is wrong with you? And Vyasa said, I am a great man. I have categorized Vedas. The entire Vedic wisdom, Vedic knowledge, I have categorized into 4 branches. Ruk, Sam, Yajur, Atharva. And then I have written Brahma Sutras, the essence of spirituality. And then I have written that wonderful Panchaveda Mahabharata. And then I have compiled all the Upanishadic lore. And then I have written 18 Puranas. And then I have written 18 Upapuranas. I have a lot of knowledge. I don't have peace of mind. His mind is full with the knowledge of all these things. I have the knowledge, my cup is full with coffee. I want milk. Milk is peace. This knowledge which he has got is not able to give him peace because his cup is contaminated. His cup is full. Full with what? I am the doer. I know the subject. I am a master. I am a professor. I know yoga very, very well. I have come to Maitri Milan only to get the certificate. I have come to do YIC for the rubber stamp. I know the knowledge very well. I know yoga very well. When you go to a master, when you go to study a subject, go with an empty mind to receive the commodity. When your bag is already full, there is no place for the divine wisdom. So, when you have to acquire the knowledge, we must be ready. Swami Vivekananda went to Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Have you seen God? Yes, I have seen. Can you show me? Yes, I can show you. Are you ready? I will show you. I will give you food. Can you eat? Your belly is already full. I will give you the knowledge. Can you receive it? Your mind is already full with the dirty things. So, the first requirement for the acquisition of knowledge is empty the mind. Keep yourself clean. Be free from the clutches of ego, ahankara. I know it. I know it is the biggest botheration. When we find in the classroom, one student gets up, the teacher does not know anything. I know everything. He can never learn anything. The first thing is, our minds must be clean, clear, emptied. Otherwise, no knowledge can be acquired. Vyasa Maharshi said, I have all these things. And he is unable to be peaceful. He is unable to be happy. And Narada says, empty the mind. Free yourself from Vedic wisdom. The so-called, I am the knower, I know it. Keep your mind clean, clear. And when the mind is very empty, receive the divine light from Lord Krishna. Visualize Lord Krishna, Rasikrida, Krishna's birth, Krishna's sport, Krishna's enjoyment, Krishna's Leela, all those things you cannot appreciate if your mind is full with all these things. Then Vyasa Maharshi understood, removed the entire already acquired knowledge, opened the gates of his mind to visualize Krishna, and that is where we find Bhagavata Purana. When we go to a class, when you go to a subject, let us not go with the full minds already contaminated. There is no place in it to be received. Therefore, first requirement. Second requirement, having God, when you are ready, emptying the mind, you should not put the cup the other way around. Cup should be open. The cup is clean. The cup is empty. You should put it in the proper position. If you close it, whatever you pour on it will flow down. Yudhishthir has emptied his mind. He has gone to Krishna. Krishna, I want bliss. Krishna, I want my people to be saved. Krishna, I surrender myself at your feet. I am now an emptied mind. I am coming to you. Krishna says, very good. I am ready to tell you, do what I say. Yes, sir, I am ready to. But the cup is closed. It is not an open mind. It is an empty mind, but it's not an open mind, not ready to receive. Krishna said, tell a lie. He could not receive it because the cup is closed. And he felt, is it right? Is it wrong to tell a lie? Yudhishthir was not ready. Though he had the empty mind, he did not have the open mind. When you think your master is not well educated, when you think your master is younger than you, when you think your master is not well equipped, that's why Gurostu Maunam Vyakhyanam, Shishyastu Chinna Samseha. Guru is young, Sishyas are old. When you receive the instruction, let there be no barrier. Keep the cup open. An empty cup is not sufficient. An open cup is necessary. Yudhishthir had the empty cup, empty mind, but he did not have the open mind, therefore he was confused. This is the second stage. And the third one, having received it, you have to assimilate it. Arjun has gone to Sri Krishna. The first chapter, he spoke all his difficulties. Nakankshe vijayam Krishna, nacharajyam sukhanicha. I don't want this kingdom. I want to be free from all the clutches. I want to be enjoying my solitude, my peacefulness. This war is trivial. It is a struggle. What after all do I get by killing so many people? I only make widows and orphans. It is a bloody food which I don't want to relate, which I don't want to take. Krishna, permit to get out. And at the end, he said, I am in a state of confusion. I will try to empty my mind. I shall try to keep my mind open. Sishyasteham swadhimam tvam prapannam. I am your disciple. I am your Sishya. I have emptied my mind. I have opened my mind to you. Please fill my mind with wisdom. What is to be done? What is not to be done? What's your instruction? Please give me. The third stage. Sri Krishna was ready. And he started his wonderful discourse on the great Bhagavad Gita. 17 chapters he spoke. And at the end, how do you feel, Arjun? Mind is filled with the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita. The empty mind of Arjuna is full. The open mind of Arjuna is full. And now Krishna asks, how do you feel? Immediately Arjuna gives the reply, Krishna, I feel full. Nasto mohaha, smrutir labdhaha, sthitosmi gatasandeha, karishye vachanam tava. My mind is full. My doubts are removed. I am established in truth. I am now a full cup of wisdom. I am prepared to do whatever you ask me to do. Now, Arjun has received the instruction, stored the knowledge, preserved the knowledge, but he did not have inner action, he did not have interaction. Manana. Shravana stage is wonderful. He listened to the message. He received the knowledge. He preserved the knowledge. He kept it safe. Everything is wonderful, but he did not verify whether the knowledge is assimilated or not. I have eaten. My belly is full. It is not yet digested. It has not become blood. Therefore, I cannot become immediately strong. That's why Swami Vivekananda says modern education is information gathering. It runs right undigested in the stomach. Hundreds of questions and clarifications. They are all necessary only when there is a churning inside. Krishna's message has come. I have studied physics. I have mastered chemistry. How much have I assimilated? When I dictate an essay on Portia, the student memorizes it, remembers it very, very well. If a slight change or twist is there in the question, he cannot answer. What are the characteristic traits of the heroine in Merchant of Venice? I don't use the word Portia. She is the heroine, and the student does not know the heroine to be Portia. When the word Portia is not mentioned, he does not write the answer, he comes out, he does not assimilate the character of Portia in his heart. Food is eaten in the mess, it is not yet digested, there is no churning, there is no jirna kosha functioning, and it has not become blood. Arjuna has received Bhagavad Gita, the wisdom. It is there in his mind. The first two requirements he completed. First requirement, empty the mind. He did it. Second requirement, open the mind. He did it. And knowledge is given. The cup is full. And immediately he declares Manana he did not do. Therefore, on the 13th day, when Abhimanyu died, Arjuna wept. After receiving the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna wept on the 13th day and he goes to Krishna. Krishna, I want my son back, Abhimanyu. Please give him back. But I told you Bhagavad Gita. Where did you mention about Abhimanyu in Bhagavad Gita? No. Abhimanyu word has not come in Bhagavad Gita. You did not teach, you have taught only the theory. That means he has not been able to digest the significance, the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. And Sri Krishna then said, Jatasya dhruvo mrityuho, I said, whoever is born must die, I said. Abhimanyu is born, therefore he is to die. That's all theory, I want my son back. I can listen to any number of Maitri Milan sessions. They are only for getting marks to while away the time. I want money, I want pleasure, I want yoga to be of use to me to run a beauty parlor. All this is botheration. Money, sir, money is needed. My son is needed. Therefore, churning manana has not taken place. Last, when manana takes place, manana is inner reaction, churning, interaction with the teacher, and then it has to be allowed to stabilize Hanumanji. He looked at Sri Ram, he looked at Lakshman, he emptied his mind, he opened his mind, he received the instruction, he did that manana, and finally he was established in Nididhyasa. All the tea leaf particles went to the bottom. All the unnecessary material is thrown out. The spirit of knowledge, the essence of knowledge, the core of knowledge is assimilated, and Tvameva Aham, Ahameva Tvam. Krishna, Anjaneya was able to declare, Ram, you are myself, I am yourself. I am knowledge, I am consciousness, I am awareness, Aham Brahmasmi, I am the light. Where is the place for darkness? I am that dazzling light. Where is the scope for doubt? Now it is pure milk, unadulterated. Everything impure has been removed into that Nididhyasa. you see the three stages and the finest culmination. Vyasa could not empty the mind, therefore he was unable to be peaceful. Yudhishthira could not open the mind, he was blocked, therefore he could not be peaceful. Arjuna emptied the mind, opened the mind, but could not churn it and stabilize it, assimilate it, therefore he was not able to be peaceful. Hanumanji emptied the mind, opened the mind, churned the mind, assimilated every subject, and he was able to establish himself in Ram consciousness, God consciousness, divine consciousness, truth consciousness. He became light. May we all, by the grace of God Almighty, become that dazzling light of knowledge, so that there is no darkness, there is no doubt, there is no difficulty, there is no fear, and everywhere we enjoy that peacefulness. May we meditate on that Yogeshwara Lord Sri Krishna, who is ever blissful, ever cheerful, ever smiling, ever enjoying.